Let's dive into the shocking news as Ford's CEO makes an unprecedented decision to shut down EV production. If you thought the electric revolution was unstoppable, think again. Stay tuned as we uncover the jaw-dropping reasons behind this unexpected move and the potential implications for the future of Ford and the EV industry as a whole. Trust us, this is a revelation that will leave you questioning the trajectory of the automotive landscape. Let's jump into the electrifying details. The auto industry was taken aback by the revelation that Ford CEO Jim Farley would be significantly reducing the company's output of electrified vehicles. Even while this shocking decision does not result in a total shutdown, it raises serious concerns about the viability of the green revolution in the automotive industry and puts a long shadow over the future of EVs. Many EV models are having trouble finding buyers, despite the initial enthusiasm for EVs not translating into consistent sales. Significant obstacles still include high upfront prices, range anxiety issues, and a lackluster infrastructure for charging. Ford has encountered internal obstacles such as production setbacks and problems with battery supply. Furthermore, the company's historic gas-powered car division continues to be extremely successful and presents an attractive alternative for the unreliable world of electric automobiles. Given the uncertain state of the world economy, Ford is probably putting its core business first and concentrating on profitable models. Investing more in hybrid and plug-in hybrid cars, which provide a transition between gasoline and fully electric drivetrains, may be part of this change. The decrease in EV production is probably going to result in job losses in the industry, which will exacerbate concerns already held about how the automotive industry is evolving. Ford's move would affect other EV producers as well, thereby lowering investor confidence and delaying the general uptake of EVs. The information could make people question EVs' long-term viability and discourage them from thinking of them as a good alternative in the future. The green dream. Is it ending? Ford's choice shouldn't be seen as the end of the road for electric vehicles. It's more of a sobering reminder that the path to a more environmentally friendly future is more difficult and drawn out than first thought. It also emphasizes the necessity of a few significant changes, though. Resolving customer problems is one of them. To overcome buyer reluctance, EVs must become more reasonably priced. Their range and charging infrastructure must be improved, and their practical constraints must be addressed. Making EVs more appealing to consumers can be achieved in large part through investments in charging infrastructure, tax benefits, and policy incentives. The attraction of EVs can be further increased with continued progress in battery technology, charging methods, and overall efficiency. So why did Jim Farley slow down EV production? It is important to make clear that Ford has not stopped producing electric vehicles. The changes concentrate on certain models, like as the Mustang Mach-E, with the goal of streamlining manufacturing and resolving internal issues rather than completely giving up on the industry. It is oversimplified to blame the lag exclusively on consumer rejection. There are probably a number of things at play, including production issues. Ford had trouble increasing production for some models, such as the Mach-E, which caused delays and affected the choice to modify output. A few Ford EVs haven't made as much money as anticipated, which has led to concerns about their present financial sustainability and the need for tactical changes. The state of events at Ford and in the EV industry as a whole is complicated and has broad implications. Indeed, Ford has apparently been losing a lot of money on its electric vehicles, roughly $36,000 for each vehicle sold in the third quarter of 2023. This calls into question the company's long-term profitability and EV strategy. These losses are caused by a number of sources, including expensive batteries. In comparison to well-established rivals like Tesla, Ford may be finding it difficult to attain economies of scale in the production of EVs because batteries continue to be a significant cost. Ford's EV manufacturing infrastructure, which is relatively young compared to their established gasoline vehicle production lines, may encounter optimization issues. Ford may not be charging enough to cover its production expenses, particularly in a market where prices are volatile and competitive. The Rouge Electric Vehicle Center's production modifications, which impacted about 1,400 employees, serve as a stark reminder of the human cost of these tactical choices. Half of the workforce will be moved to the Bronco and Ranger manufacturing, while the remaining half may be eligible for reductions or opportunities for other internal transfers. This emphasizes how important it is to provide strong support networks and chances for re-educating to employees affected by the shift in the automotive sector. Although Ford's predicament is especially alarming, there are currently difficulties facing the entire EV industry. Increased inflation and supply chain interruptions may reduce consumer demand for pricey electric vehicles. New electric vehicle models from both established automakers and recent newcomers are oversaturating the market, creating fierce rivalry and pressure on prices. Automakers find it challenging to plan long-term since government incentives and laws pertaining to EVs are subject to change. A troubling picture is painted by Ford's recent wave of recalls, especially those involving the Mustang Mach-E and their general ranking as the top carmaker in the US for recalls. The most current in a string of issues with the vehicle is the recent recall of 35,000 Mustang Mach-E EVs due to a possible battery problem that could result in a loss of power. This comes after a recall of 49,000 Mach-E's in 2023 over a different battery problem that might have led to overheating and fire hazards. One of Ford's main electric car options, the Mustang Mach-E, has been the subject of numerous recalls, which raise severe concerns about quality control and safety. Unfortunately, Ford has been the leading car maker in the United States for recalls for the last 2 years. They issued 53 recalls in 2022 that affected 4.5 million cars, and 68 recalls in 2023 that affected over 8.7 million vehicles. This long series of recalls, which affect a variety of models and features, illustrates structural problems with Ford's production and quality control procedures. Ford is apparently going to have to pay up to $4 billion in 2023 alone for warranty repairs and related costs, which makes these recalls extremely expensive. The company's profitability is immediately impacted by this financial load, which may also have an adverse effect on consumer trust and brand reputation. We are in a critical time of adjustment and consolidation for the electric vehicle market. Although Ford's production adjustments and losses are concerning, they do not always reflect the industry as a whole. Robust technology, effective manufacturing, competitive pricing, and flexibility in response to shifting market dynamics are all necessary for long-term success in the electric vehicle industry. The effects on employees highlight the necessity of social safety nets and reskilling programs to guarantee a seamless workforce transition as the automotive sector changes. In the long run, the EV market is still promising despite the present difficulties. Environmental concerns, rising fuel prices, and technical developments all point to EVs taking over as the primary form of transportation in the near future. The automakers who successfully manage these obstacles and modify their approaches will be in the best position to prosper in the era of electric vehicles. Is Ford abandoning EVs altogether? There is no indication of total desertion, even though the revisions made recently point to changes in approach. Ford is still making investments in EV research and development. Therefore, it is important to keep a careful eye on their future intentions to have a better understanding. Ford may be shifting manufacturing of current models to prioritize more accessible and useful electric vehicles. This is more of an adjustment to customer tastes and market realities than a complete giving up on the field. Ford's operations are impacted by a number of serious obstacles. Let's examine some of it in more detail. The United Auto Workers Union's ongoing strikes are affecting output and costing the company money. Stability depends on resolving fundamental issues and quickly coming to an agreement with the union. Logistical and quality control difficulties are brought to light by the scenario with customer-rejected automobiles that are stranded at the ERS ships. It is essential to enhance manufacturing procedures and guarantee client delight. Political incentives and regulations pertaining to EVs have a big influence on sales. Ford must be flexible enough to adjust to future developments and push for laws that will help its electrification initiatives. Although Ford's EV production may not continue in the near future, the company's long-term goal of creating a greener transportation environment is still in place. The profits could be enormous, but the challenges are genuine. Ford's choice should be seen as a wake-up call, a chance to reevaluate and set off on a more sustainable path toward the environmentally friendly future that we all aspire to. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay connected with our journey through the world of innovation. Feel free to share your thoughts and comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned for more exciting insights into the world of technology and innovation.